It's crazy how much CGI has improved in anime, but it's crazier how some of the best CGI can be found outside of the most popular shows. It's honestly kind of funny. I'm not talking about Demon Slayer or Fate, you know, everyone already knows about Ufotable. I'm not talking about Land of the Lustrous either, but keep that in mind for later in the video. I'm talking about idol anime. Love Live. Hear me out. So I'm going to go over the production, including the directors, the anime studios, including the people behind the CGI. But before that, I'll go over one of my favorite scenes in the anime. Let me know any other CGI like this, because I honestly think Love Live is the best I've seen in terms of full body CGI. If you've never seen Love Live before, I'm curious what you think, because I'm not sure how people are going to find this video outside of some hardcore Love Live fans. And with that, let's check out Utopia. Yo, when I first saw this in the anime, I had to make sure I was watching Love Live, because this is basically all 3D. But you can see the 2D when she goes the hair flip from 2D to 3D, and honestly, some of the 3D just looks like a straight up 2D. That's how good they are. Keep in mind they do different costumes and different dances, so that's how crazy it is. Alright, let's continue. This video was inspired after I replied in a Chainsaw Man video. They said they never really liked any CGI, and then I jokingly mentioned Love Live, and they were straight up surprised at the quality. But Love Live wasn't always looking this clean. In fact, it used to be trash. But at the time, people didn't know any better, and plenty of anime watchers thought it was good. I'm going to blame that on copium, a common substance that is abused by anime fans worldwide. Copium abuse can be remedied in two ways. One, either the fans get a dose of reality, or two, the anime needs to get good. And Love Live got good. You know what's even more funny about this Kaguya-sama meme with Chica dance? Well, Naoya Nakayama, who single-handedly made that famous Chica dance, started working on Love Live after that. Though Nakayama doesn't work on CG, his knowledge of anime dancing certainly helps blend things together. And honestly, compared to other idol anime at the time, Love Live was not that bad. The other idol animes at the time, such as Zombieland Saga, you know, their CGI was quite terrible, but I think there was like some cope at the time, like they were saying like it's a parody of idol anime, so that's why it looks bad, but nah, I'm not buying that. With the help of 2D and 3D, Love Live is able to create some of the best dance scenes in anime, and it's no surprise that they're able to do so, because behind the production of Love Live is Sunrise Studio, one of the giants of the anime industry. Sunrise has made some legendary anime in its time, from classics like Cowboy Bebop to some of the most famous shonens like Gintama and Inuyasha, to mecha shows like Gundam and Code Geass, and even now, with Love Live. To help manage all the anime under their belt, Sunrise is split into multiple sub-studios. For example, Love Live is primarily made by Sunrise Studio 8 and more recently Studio 2. Throughout their successful history, which includes winning the most Anime Grand Prix awards out of any anime studio, they've managed to stay relevant in almost every time period with a different anime coming from their sub-studios. But one sub-studio in particular shows the forward-thinking mindset of Sunrise. To see how we got to modern Love Live and Gundam, we have to go back in time. All the way back to September 1994, when Sunrise established Sunrise DID, a studio that focuses on digital production such as CGI. They were so ahead of the game that it wasn't until after 2001 when most anime studios shifted away from the traditional anime cells to digital production. In fact, even to this day, most anime studios don't have CG in-house. I couldn't really find any studios that have something similar to this, except maybe MAPPA, which recently created a CGI-focused studio this year. Fast forward to 2004, and Sunrise DID was being put to work in Sunrise's anime adaptation of something I'll just shorten to as Yin and Yang. The director of the Yin and Yang anime noticed a new employee at DID, who seemed to have a talent for making special digital effects. That talented new employee was 23-year-old Kyogoku Takahiko. After getting noticed, Takahiko-san rose up the ranks at Sunrise, which eventually led to him becoming the director of the first season of Love Live in 2013. Perhaps because of his background at DID, Takahiko-san decided to rely on CGI to animate the dance scenes in Love Live. At the time, it was probably considered alright, but when we look back, it was absolutely horrible. But over time, Takahiko-san's work on Love Live has caused it to become the best of the idol genre, and perhaps the best CG in anime altogether. I've seen a lot of people bring up Land of the Lustrous when it comes to good anime CGI, and personally I haven't seen it, but that show is mostly 3D, so they don't have to blend the 2D and 3D together, which is the source of most of the issues people have with anime CGI. But what's interesting is that they actually brought Takahiko Sensei to work as the director of Land of the Lustrous. So, I don't know, you gotta give credit where it's credit's due. You could say without Love Live, maybe Land of the Lustrous, people wouldn't be talking about its awesome CGI. Anyways, so another CGI anime is Beastars, and he actually also worked on that a bit with some storyboards. Takahiko Sensei's work actually goes even beyond idol genres, beyond anime. He was the animation director for a real-life K-pop group twice for their music video Candy Pop. Some people may ask, why do so many of Kyogoku Takahiko's works involve CGI? Are they just trying to save money? Is he a cheapskate? Well, other than the fact that he has a background in CGI, for the most part, yeah, CGI does save money. A lot of people blindly support CG and says that it just costs more, but you can't really put it like that. From the studio's perspective, even if it doesn't save money, it will save time. And as the saying goes, time is money. CG does cost more than traditional 2D, but in return, a single CG person replaces the work of many 2D animators, saving personnel costs. Even the famed Gundam series, known for its 2D mechs, has resorted to CGI, and I say resorted because it was a trade-off. The director of Gundam Hathaway states, although he prefers traditional 2D drawings, he had to do it because of the balance of the staff. Like, he doesn't want to overwork them, but that's not to say that CGI is just used to save on budget. Like a lot of things in life, if you want to have better CGI, you gotta fork up the big bucks, and Sunrise, yeah, their bank account got digits. If you take a look at the top selling media franchises from Japan, you'll see your usual suspects, but then you'll notice Love Live at the top. Look a bit further below and you'll also find Gundam, another Sunrise franchise. Both of these are cash cows for Sunrise. What's actually crazy is that this only includes things like manga, Blu-rays, and CDs, physical media. It doesn't even include things like tickets, games, or other merch. Because unlike other anime that rely on manga sales or Blu-rays to support the studio, both Love Live and Gundam make a large amount from other merch. Love Live is not just an anime group, it's a real-life music group that you can buy tickets to for concerts. Well, actually, you can't even buy them normally. You gotta go through this complicated process and win a lottery by spending even more money. There's even some pretty popular Love Live gacha games, so you know they're making bank. But it's not just this ranking from 2016. They've basically been making big money since the day they came out, and Love Live has been around for over a decade. Sunrise's parent company Bandai Namco is actually one of the biggest companies in Japan, with a market cap of 14 billion, which puts it in the top 100 of Japanese companies. All the merch they sell puts them among one of the top toy companies in the world. Sometimes they are #1. When it comes to anime, sometimes fans may refer to them as a passion project. The production staff probably cares, but at the end of the day, a job is a job. Like, they don't get paid enough to care that much, honestly. However, some anime you do see the passion reflected in the anime. I'll have to say though, Love Live is built different. The fans themselves are involved in the process by voting on things as simple as tracksuit designs in the show to big things like the name of the entire groups. The voice actors, or seiyuu, themselves are big fans of the show. One of the members of Love Live Superstars, Liella, Liu, was a Love Live fan in Shanghai. She cosplayed many anime characters including Love Live back in 2016, way before she would have received the role of Cuckoo Tank. The franchise also has a tradition of hosting open auditions, and many that are chosen are longtime fans, even dating back to when they were in elementary school. Some are such big fans, they even attended live concerts, known as lives, as well as fan meetups. Not just the voice actors themselves, but other staff such as the director are huge fans of Love Live. The director for Nijigaku, Love Live Nijigasaki, is the type of fan that goes on pilgrimages. He will go out of his way to take pictures of real-life locations from the anime, as well as eat at special cafes for characters' birthdays. This is something he always does, even when the show is done airing, such as his recent birthday of Rina. He even went to a Love Live themed onsen. Even when doing things outside of Love Live, such as his work in the game Elden Ring, he doesn't forget to include his girls with his nested berries. The passion can be seen in the fans, the seiyuu, the director. Sure, this could make the anime feel better, but what's gonna make the CGI better? Well, Love Live fans are in luck, because Sublimation is also fans of Love Live. Sublimation is a CGI studio that Sunrise has been working closely with, especially with Love Live. They've been working on the anime season after season, starting with Love Live Sunshine, and each season, their CGI has improved. And the fans have noticed themselves how much the CGI has improved. There's no big controversy or threads on Twitter or anything like that bringing attention to the CGI, but if you just look at the YouTube videos, you'll see so many comments talking about how crazy it's been. Like, if you've been a fan since the beginning, you can literally see the progression, and each season, people have noticed how much it's gotten better. If you've ever watched something like Psycho-Pass and thought the animation looked good, well that's because Sublimation handled the CGI there. And it's not a surprise when you find out that Sublimation was formed by employees of Production IG, the same people who made Psycho-Pass. I watched a whole video on CGI by Mother's Basement and he mentioned Psycho-Pass once, but not much else about it. And I didn't even realize it used CGI, but when I did the research for my video and learned that they used Sublimation, it all made sense. Sublimation helps a lot of anime with CGI, but they seem to have something special just for Love Live. If you don't believe me, just ask Yuka Iwasaki, one of the chief CGI animators at Sublimation, who says that the in-house team are big fans of Love Live. And if you don't believe her, just check their setup. Full on display of Love Live merch. You got anime figures, acrylic stands, even a giant Nesoberry. Well, by the way, this isn't even giant. Everything on her desk is filled with Love Live, except for, what's this? Is that Gojo? But look, even across the desk from her, you can spot Love Live figures from someone else's setup. Like, they aren't playing around. The CGI studio is actually Love Live fans. It's actually crazy. As Sublimation continued working with Sunrise on series like Love Live, as well as Gundam, they formally established a business partnership with Sunrise in 2018, and since then, we've seen them even in the latest, Witch from Mercury, which probably explains why I don't remember seeing any CGI. And they work with more realistic CGI too, with Gundam Hathaway, which has a video detailing their CGI. It looks like Sublimation and Sunrise are a good combo, even outside of anime girls dancing. I think one of the reasons their CGI looks pretty decent is that other studios go for this more 3D aesthetic with their CG, such as Studio Orange and things like Beastars, Trigun, or whoever's making that Slam Dunk movie. But Sublimation, they seem to make it more look like traditional cell animation. To do that, they contort the 3D models as needed each scene to create the look they want. Look how long this arm is stretched here compared to what the final image looks like. And another studio that does this warp CG look is Studio Sanzigen. Just look how messed up the faces on the right is to the view on the left. It seems like their talents are also being put to work for anime girl dancing as well, here with this music video for HoloLive VTubers. By combining these warped models with the free camera, they're able to create animation that is unique to 3D CG. Together with Signal MD, Sublimation worked on the movie Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop, which I've never seen before, but it honestly looks stunning. I can't believe they used this much CG to create a final product that looks this aesthetic. The popping colors look like they were inspired from a 1980s American color palette. And I think if they continue making CGI with extremely stylized art like this, they will become the best CG studio in anime, if not already. It's crazy how Love Live CGI is just top of the top, and I got this theory that it's not just anime, but it's also related to maybe the internet and even the world. This is a theory, but perhaps it's a law, the law of anime girls. Wherever there is anime girls, there is innovation. There is literally like, just think about it. So you have VTubing, right? VTubing got so popular, and you know, all it is really is motion capture software.